What's up, OG? Oh, let's see here. What's up, OG? Oh, I need to mute this other thing here. There we go. What's up, Michael?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. What's up, guys? What's going on?
Let everybody pop in here now.
What's up, Wheels? What's up, OG? What's happening? Hope everybody had a good day today.
What's up, AJ?
Oh, that's actually better. What's up, AJ?
Trying to get everything ready for this going to show in the morning.
Ha, Wheels. Actually, I mean, this man right here has definitely way more slabs than I do. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I got like probably about 100 and some locked up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh, there you go. That's a nice mega. Nice mojo. Not bad. Damn kids.
Trying to make sure I got everything else unplugged here.
Yeah, this beauty came in the mail today or yesterday. Woo-woo. Can't wait to get that graded.
Oh, mini?
Yeah, the 101 super. That'd be nice to get done.
Yeah, I said we could open up with 4 packs of 1990 Fleer football. We're going to do 4 teams at like $50 a spot. Just kidding out there. Just kidding.
But are you going to pay for the best card to get graded out of every one? I mean, are you going to send that in?
Well, that's what the $50 is for. I got to mail it out to be graded.
I'm just
free.
hey, I'm just making sure, man, because if that's the case, I want to get the most bang for my buck on that break, man.
I'm telling you, there's some crazy stuff going on right now across the board.
I mean, you can't do that. If I want to get my Jay Schroeder slab, yeah, let me do it.
I got this email from somebody, and I was looking at it here quickly. Basically, there's a group that's a breaker out there that's been breaking this high end, and they're not sending their stuff out. They said they didn't pay attention to the eBay feedback. Well, they pulled the 101 Herbert NT, and I believe it's just a non-auto, and it's listed on their page for 150,000. I'm like, wow. So I don't get anybody's stuff I don't know or somebody recommends anymore. It's just scams across the board, trim cards, fake autos, you name it going out there. That's why I kind of enjoy going to the show tomorrow because I get to see his stuff firsthand. I don't have to play guessing games with anybody. And I got to put a note here. My next video, I need to show the dot in the BGS slabs because I had now 3 people ask me about it. And it was more of like recap of a video I did a while back.
Yeah, you mean right here on the back of them where the patent number is?
Well, it's on the front too.
Yeah, but if you look on the back, right there between the patent number, there's a little tiny, I mean, minuscule dot that's in between the patent number.
What's between a T and the first number?
Yep, between the pat. Yep, I'm looking at one right now. I'm looking at this one that I have,
Look at
and
your
yeah,
top of your slab. Does it have Beckett on the edge? No, turn it flat. No, flat. Like no other way, flat. Like this.
on the edge.
No, no, go get right
Yeah,
there.
yep,
It
yeah, it
does.
does. Yeah,
Okay. I was
yep,
wondering because I just happened to notice that in the Crosby today, and it made me wonder that
yep.
are they I don't know how long they've been doing that for, to be honest. I just don't recall.
Let me
But
see.
that's a newer thing or not.
I don't know. I got all of them say Beckett. Let me see if I have any more that don't.
Huh.
No, they all say them.
Do they? Yeah, I haven't really graded much with Beckett. I never really pay attention to top, and I saw it today.
Well, they must have been doing it for a long time because here's a 2012 Trent Richardson.
But when was that graded, though? That's a kind of a newer label.
Yeah, that was. Who knows when that was graded?
I will say this much: if you watched it, I'm going to go ahead and start it off. But if you watch the video of Nat Turner, whether it was with Sports Card Investor, it says "Hello," or with Mike Geo or anybody.
No, I didn't watch it.
I know that hello is going to annoy people because he does it in all his videos, and it's just
Oh,
another.
the hello,
Yeah, I can't
everybody.
even do it. I
Uh,
just want to
uh,
like
uh,
smack my
uh.
head off my desk. The corner too, the corner. It's a sharp corner. But Nat
Go for
Turner
the temple.
is the guy that came in and took over PSA pretty much, and there was some good stuff in his videos. They talked about, which I did appreciate the most, is that with all the trim cards and stuff that's out there, PSA's been buying them back. Now, if you're the original submitter of the card, you ain't getting no money for it. So basically, I'd have to be like, oh crap, it's fake. Joey, buy this card from me. Here you go. Here's your receipt so we can get paid for it. But I mean, it's kind of crazy with it all because they're trying to do the right thing with the people they've implemented back into their, I guess, hierarchy of it all, which is good. Change is good. And he even came out there and was talking about graders are very subjective because it's a human person doing it. Everybody's going to see a card differently, which,
Yeah,
I got it to a point. But with the buy and back, the cards to take them out of circulation is pretty good. I mean, they're going to give you what you paid for the card, basically. So
yeah,
I was impressed by that piece of it and him recognizing that they've made errors in the past and probably now and will in the future onto it, whether it's with fake autos or I don't know, the trim cards is probably their biggest catch out there. And the one thing is if I'd have been interviewed, I'd have asked them right off bat, do you think it was an inside job? Because there's just way too many came through. Or was this during a time frame where you had an influx of new hires come through and they just didn't know what they were doing? Now, granted, a lot of this stuff was graded like 2-3 years ago, which I don't know if a lot of people know offhand, because you got to really track Hero Sports and the whole big old scandal went on. But he had some interesting content. He talked about because he's a big, huge collector, about sending cards in and them opening up July 1st, but he wouldn't say exactly what was being opened up. My belief is still it's express only is going to open up. I don't see regular. Regular is about 2 months from where they stopped at, I'd say roughly, maybe 2.5. But and he's talking about services for $10 and $15 again. And I was like, what? Going to be bombarded with crap again. But I think he also realizes the market has gone down on a lot of that stuff. But what he doesn't realize is the people have been doing this for a long time understand that the market's gone down, and we're going to bombard it because when the market hits in 10 years 5 years from now, you're going to want to make that profit, so you're going to make some risky investments early on to it. And I actually started tracking back. The last like real market surge was in 2010 where we had a big increase. I can't remember the reason behind it because I was out playing in the desert and stuff
What
like
year?
that.
What year?
2010.
Hmm.
And there was this kind of, it wasn't like how we saw now where stuff went like 100 times X. I mean, we're talking like 2 or 3 times X backs on some cards. And I sit there and look at it. I mean, I know it happens during the hobby. I'm not saying it's going to be 10 years from now. You never know. And a lot of this stuff was people being bored on COVID and them wanting to reinvest into something else because that's what investors do. They go into something short term and they bounce and they'll come back 5, 10 years. So, I mean, am I going to sit there and grade all my base cards? No. I'll probably pick out some that are going to be studs and that'll be it and mail them in bulk order.
And
Uh-oh,
then
okay.
you got the guys who didn't collect forever. They've just been sitting in the closet. COVID hits, and then they see in the news baseball cards, biggest rave right now. Then they go look and see what they have, and then oh, I'm going to send in this 87 tops Bo Jackson rookie card. I'm going to make 100, 200, $300 off that thing. But that's what happened. Everyone just start doing that, and then people that didn't have the money back then are older now, have better jobs and stuff like that, can now buy the cards that they wanted when they were a kid because they couldn't get them.
Well, I think the other issue is people had those already graded, and everybody else started seeing the prices increase, and they started slamming them in, thinking they were going to get
Mm-hmm.
them back in 6 months and make that huge profit. And that's where the issue lays: is that if you're going to do it, you really got to look over your cards for one to make sure you're going to go out there and get bang for your buck. At the same time, like time frame, you're gonna have to wait a while. I mean, look at that 86 tops trade set I was putting together at PSA 10 when that market hit
Mm-hmm.
like in July. I took all like 60 some cards, put them on eBay, and made a fortune. I probably made something like 30x from what I had invested into it. And I just couldn't pass up the money onto it. I mean, it was
Mm-hmm.
just ridiculous.
Just
I
think
mean,
if you did the Tiffany sets,
well, yeah, but I
Jesus.
mean, the base set itself, I was picking PSA 10s up for about 20 bucks shipping, was shipped. And those ones that had like low pop counts, like 15 and under, were selling for 200 bucks. I mean, it was
Mm-hmm.
insane. And then, I mean, like the Bonds, Conseco, and Bo. I mean, Bonds was like $100 card, and it all of a sudden shot up to some outrageous figure. I remember Bo used to be like 20, 30, 40 bucks, and his all of a sudden was 3, 400. But yeah, what's his graders have? Well, I think the graders. He also said there's no quotas daily for the graders. He wants the stuff going through, which unless I worked there, I really couldn't say much onto it. I mean, now granted, I'm still waiting for the whistleblower to come out of PSA. That would be the funny part of it all. But humans will make errors. That's the nature of it. I think computers will make errors too. I mean, I've worked with enough computers through the days. Computers make errors too because it's basically operated by a person who's going to make the error on a computer.
Yeah.
Modern basketball slabs of no name rookie will be in that landfill. And it's the truth because, and I was guilty of it too because I was just slamming the Prism cards out there because the money was there. I mean, for 15 bucks a card, 20 bucks a card, whatever it was. And I mean, the best thing that you could do is when they run their quarterly specials, if you have a membership and it's like 8, 10 bucks a card, it's 25 minimum it used to be. I mean, find 25 cards, send it in dirt cheap, pray you get a couple PSA 10s out, rest of them. I know you're going to take a loss on it, but you can still recoup some money out of it. Still good. But yeah, I mean, the Nat Turner video, if nobody's watched it yet, I mean, look it up. You'll have to fast forward a good part of a sports card investor. Mike Geo had a video, and there's somebody else that had a video out of it too. And it's really in depth. If you just stand back and listen to it as a collector and not as like a so-called investor flipper or whatever, it's quite interesting. I mean, the guy even says he has hundreds of cards sitting there. He wants to grade, but he can't, and he basically runs the freaking company. Now, is he doing it on the side? Probably not, because I'm sure if that got out that he was getting his cards graded, then so be it. But he was talking about like cards coming in that shouldn't have been graded. He was trying to word it properly. Like people sent in PSA 1s and 4s of stuff that never will sell just to get it graded. And that's where the holdup was, and where they were getting like 600,000 cards in at one time in one day on a Monday, that they backed up the whole California post office and FedEx and everything else. It's a really interesting thing if you just sit back and listen to it. I mean, I don't know if all his promises are going to come true or whatever onto it, but as far as anybody thinking they're going to open up a ton of levels, I don't think so. If they open up regular, I would be shocked on July 1st. I think it's just going to be Express. That's why I went through all my stuff for Express.
Mm-hmm. Amazed how people slap baseball rookies that aren't even highly rated. Well, here's the thing. They may not be rated high now, but for some reason, no one does slap them, and you're sitting on a pop 5 later on down the road, and there's 10, 15 years down the road. All of a sudden, it's going to be worth something because it's a pop 5, and then a big boom happens. You just never know with anything. I mean, you just like your 86 tops traded. Who would have known that doing that set, you're going to do like, let's say, like, I don't know, let's just say a name, Ron Kittle had a card in that set. You got it graded, but there's only a pop 5 that are 10s. Someone out there who wants to do a set is going to really want to do that. You just never know who's collecting what sets anymore or who's doing what.
The set registry has always been huge. That's why I always try to put together different sets here or there. And that was the one I chose to depart with because it just didn't make sense. I could rebuy it later and start over. What's up, Barney? Todd? Star Stock is now doing breaks. It would not surprise me because everybody wants to be a breaker anymore. And that's why I backed away from it completely. To me, I stick boxes on the website and just sell them outright because it don't make sense for me to do breaks. Now, back in the day, fillers for NT and flawless, I remember people used to complain they were like 130, 150. Now that's like probably an average cost of a mid break whenever you're doing random or what do you call it? Random teams or filler spots with the big team in it.
Yeah.
That's why I just backed away from it. If prices continue to dip and it goes down to something reasonable, I might think about it again later on, but I'll just put them on the website and everybody can grab them. It's better all around. It's cheaper. You get a whole box. You have a chance that, whatever the auto is or relics in the box, you might have a better chance at least getting 60% of your money back versus a break where you're going to spend more than that on your team.
Yeah. And if you want to gamble, you might as well, if you're going to gamble, yeah, NT and stuff like that is ones you want to gamble in. You want to gamble in the higher products, but you don't want to just, I don't know. It's just a lot of the smaller stuff I'm staying out of.
Oh, I won't even touch half the breaks that have retail anymore. Other than like your flagships, the Topps Chrome and Bowman Chrome.
Yep.
I'm dabble with Prism and Optic. That's because I pay a low end cost if I have it allocated to me, but I'm not going to pay $1,000 a freaking box of NT basketball or NT basketball, Prism basketball.
Or
NT,
Bowman Draft.
Well,
I'll jump in Bowman Draft.
Bowman Draft is hobby only. It always has been. Now, if they make that retail, they'll really mess some stuff up. But when you're looking at like NT Flawless, Sterling's, I'm trying to think definitive for baseball. You got Diamond Icons and all that stuff. It's hobby only. You are going to pay a premium for it, but you have a better chance of holding those cards being numbered than you do base cards across the board.
Yeah, Theodore, he said mid 80s Tiffany Topps cards are sharp. Yeah, and they're also lesser produced. Back then, there were only like 5,000 sets made, and they were only the dealers. So if you were the dealer, you really couldn't get them. But unless the suit dealer was selling them, I know the 89 Bowman Tiffany set, there's only 3,000 sets of those. So those are a lot more rare to find than just the Tiffany sets.
Arnie, I used to do that with older wax. We used to do it by row or by pack, and I would sell them out, do the complete random, have all the packs in front of me. Row one was like spots 1 through 9, all that stuff. But yeah, hey Todd, I do have boxes. There's Top Series 2 on the website. I think there's one Stadium Club left, maybe still. There's some Pokemon. What is that called? Chilling Rain in there. I just loaded them in today, but I will not be able to get anything out tomorrow that's not already packaged. due to the fact I'm going to a show, and by the time I get back, post offices will be closed. I believe there's one stadium club. At least it was left this afternoon. I don't know if it still is. And there's they allocated me some more Series 2, so I just tossed them in the store. And then if you're into Pokemon, those are in there too. I don't know anything about Chilling Reign, but I got one ETB and two, I think they're called booster boxes. I don't know. They got a bunch of packs in them. The only thing
Series
about,
2 tops.
Mhm.
He has Series 2 tops.
I think Stadium Club was 110 and Series 2 was either 90 or 95. I forget. Somewhere around there between those, one of those two numbers. I'm pretty sure Stadium Club was 110. But there was only one box left of it because I only got two on pre-order. Bowman Chrome. The only thing I don't like about Bowman Chrome are the scratch marks in the cards. They do not come out and they affect the value of it. It's horrible with the way they're produced and everything, and not taking their time with it, and then taking care of their equipment. Really, heck, you guys all saw.
That's with all companies. That's even with Panini and Antops. They're just slamming them out, not taking care of their blades.
Oh, Top sent me a letter back. I showed everybody. They said, "Hey, that's good, great. You're good." Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. They don't care. They got the money. They don't care. Thanks, Disney.
Oh, you know what? I need to flip my chat on this computer. Here we go. Now I'm on live chat instead of top chat.
Wow.
Yeah, I was sitting there looking at it. And I was like, wait a minute. Some of my stuff's not coming in quick again. I forgot to flip it over because I don't really use this computer to both stream and watch off it normally. But with Zoom, it doesn't kill my bandwidth. XSplit just demolishes it.
Mm.
I was thinking of something else. I don't even know what it was now. But yeah, that show tomorrow in Lexington, man. I don't know. That guy didn't hit me up saying he was going to be there. So it could be a crummy show where I'm just digging through. Well, I wouldn't say crummy, but I'll be digging through a lot of vintage tomorrow and seeing what I can dig out for. Because there's guys that run vintage at 40, 60% off their sticker price. And sometimes you get lucky if you want to play the digging game.
Oh, the guy who had all the Kobe's and the Durants.
Yeah, he was supposed to hit me up if he was coming back, and I gave him my number and everything, and nothing. So I was like, I knew he had to make a big drive for it, but the dude had the best section there, and I knew he made a ton of money. I mean, heck, he made like 900 off of me. That's not saying how many other people probably came by. I bet you he probably made 10, 12 grand easy there. I mean, it was well worth his trip. But with the stuff he had in there, I mean, he had a ton of Durant, so that stuff's pretty much not going to be a wash now since they're not in the playoffs. I mean, I was watching the game partly before I came on, and I mean, Atlanta was getting hammered. I think they were down by like 30, 40 points, somewhere between there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see how I can do this. Yeah, if you can sit and go through people's boxes, sometimes you can make some money off of it. All right.
If you find the right thing and if they're in good shape. That's why I hate buying Brawl off eBay. I haven't been able to go to a show in so long or go to a card shop to look at any cards.
Here, when I do this, let's shrink this. Screen. Let me click this. Oh, wait. Oh, where's it at? Screen 2. All right. Let me make sure this pops up right. Waiting for it to catch up on the tuber.
It's on. It's on.
Oh, it is? All right.
Yep, I can see it.
All right. So this is the thing that I was talking about in one of my other videos. Coming out, we all know you got Space Jam. Space Jam is made by the cards are made by Upper Deck. Upper Deck hosts both LeBron and Michael Jordan, along with Ben Simmons, but I don't think he's in this. So, from my understanding, they're only where in the hell? Oh, there we go. They're only coming out with blaster boxes on this. But the key thing onto this, autographs from the film stars, which means LeBron autos should be in this. Possibly Jordan's because he makes a cameo. But I have
Don
not.
Don Cheadle is going to have him.
Oh, who?
Don Cheadle. He'll probably have autos.
I don't know. They haven't released who it's going to be yet, but I ended up putting in for a case of the blasters. So I don't know what the autograph thing will be, if it's one per case or whatever. But if LeBron and or Jordan is in this will be very sought after because you don't get cards anymore. I don't even think Upper Deck does Jordan autos in, was it Goodwin, Godwin, whatever it is.
Goodwin.
Yeah, good. Is
Okay,
that
yeah,
it?
the good.
I
I
couldn't
think it's
remember what it
Goodwin.
was.
Yeah, the Goodwin
I
champions.
don't even think they do it in there anymore. Occasionally, you'll end up seeing what was it? Masterpiece used to have them in it, but they haven't done Masterpiece in a long time. I
All
appreciate it,
the.
Arnie and Todd. I'll have it out Monday for you guys for sure.
Hey, Jeremy, what's up?
But yeah, I think this here, I mean, Grand, you're going to have some wacky Looney Tunes stuff into it, like always. But I'm sure there's going to be, oh, right there, short prints are also part of the checklist. 3D set. And then in the blasters, it's 6 neon blue parallels, 1 rated jam. No idea what that means. But I think this could go big, like I said, if it's LeBron, and I don't know how much Upper Deck is going to produce of it. Are they going to go crazy like 1990 Upper Deck, or are they going to go, oh, we only made so much of it? But I think if you end up buying any of this stuff and you pull a LeBron out of it, you could be set for some money there because you haven't really seen much of his stuff other than in, what was that product called? It was like Upper Deck hardwood or hard court, where you got the big old slabs of a basketball court with autographs on it. And that's been a while. I want to say that's like 2 or 3 years ago because I remember the Jordan autos in, because I used to use them all the time. Let me stop on the sharing on this. That way I can go back to where I was. But that was something I wanted to show everybody. I don't know how many people know it. I know it's Looney Tunes and stuff like that there.
Yeah.
But to have LeBron back into something with an autograph onto it, I mean, I don't know, is it $1,000 card? Is it gonna be a $5,000 card when it comes up? It's only gonna be 23 or whatever number he's wearing nowadays out of it. I
It
mean,
says number. It's number 6 right there on the jersey, on the shorts in that
it could
picture.
be only 6 autographs in. I have no
I don't know.
idea. I'll take a look, Todd, before I ship out because I got all the stuff on the side here. You may. I can't remember offhand. Well, that's the thing, though, with the blasters, the hangers. I noticed off of Series 2 last year when I bought them, the corners were horrible, horrible, horrible across the board. The stuff that I was opening up from Hobby was good. Jumbo was a toss up because of them just being thick packed. But yeah, I mean, retail stuff is different. I mean, I don't do a whole lot, but when they didn't say there was going to be any hobby on it, and we were allowed to get Upper Deck, because normally you got to be a storefront to buy Upper Deck, or you have to wait 6 months after release date before I could purchase Upper Deck products. Otherwise, I would be all into hockey. I would have probably have been getting 2 or 3 cases of the cup on pre-order and just going crazy with it. Catch up, see if I missed anything here.
I haven't collected hockey in years, so I'll stay out of that.
I know there's another buzz going on too. Was somebody made a video up saying they were not going to the National? I don't know who it was, but everybody seems to talk about it. I just haven't gone out to look at it. And I guess from his standpoint, he's not going to make any money by going to the National. Well, to me, going to the National is not about going to make money. It's about going to find cards that I can't find anywhere else, and maybe get a deal from what somebody's trying to unload them on eBay for, or do a swap, meet some people, stuff like that there. If you're going out there as a business point, you're not set up with a table, then yeah, you're probably going to lose money onto it because you got to pay for hotel, airfare, and all that stuff. To me, it's a vacation to go out there because I don't have to put up with anything except for late nights for trade nights and stuff, really. Oh, your jumbo was bad. The jumbo I had was not bad at all. I can't complain out of it. I didn't see a whole lot of issues onto it or anything.
Not my hobby were good. My hobby corners were pretty good on that one that I got from you. They were good.
Well, the jumbo, because they're thick, a lot of
Hmm.
times them cards shift. So if you don't get it in a case or it's packed right and you just have that one box, the stuff shifting around in there, you can't get your corners dinged on. Plus, you got to watch how
Hmm.
you're grabbing the packs out. So them boxes, the cardboard's not thick on a hobby box or retail boxes. So that stuff there could get damaged really, really easily.
I don't think the National is because of the camera crews. I think the National is going to be a lot of people are turned off by it because of the market. If you're a buyer, you want to go. If you're a seller, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a buyer's market, I think, at the National.
Bobbles, are you talking about all the YouTube channel cameras or are you talking about media, like actual news and stuff like that?
Probably YouTubers and everything who's going to be there, with their little selfie sticks, making their own videos, or
Selfie.
people.
Wait, selfie stick. That's for tomorrow. I got a selfie. Watch this thing. Watch this. Ooh, it grows, but it goes off screen because it's a green screen behind me or whatever they call it. But no, I
uh,
agree because everybody's out there trying to make it and they clog up tables. See, when I do my stuff and I go around, I do have my camera usually attached to the body camera, and then
mhm.
I'll kind of fling it. But tomorrow I'm going to bring it as a stick just to try a little bit different. But if there's a ton of people there, I just don't mess with it. And I'll just go over it real quick with a card. So a lot of those guys will hold up tables for like 20, 30 minutes because they're going to do their little talks and interviews. Go out in the hallway and do that stuff. Do your meet
Yeah,
and greets out there.
everyone, it's like content. Everyone's gonna. I mean, there's gonna be so many national videos from YouTubers. It's not even gonna be funny.
Oh yeah, I like the smaller shows because it's that stuff you're not going to see. The bigger shows, they're fun to see the videos on to kind of get an idea. But a lot of people are all about trying to post that. Oh, this big trade went on. Oh, they did this box war and stuff like that there. And to me, if you really look at YouTube content for sports cards overall, I'm going to say 85 to 90% of people open up boxes. That's all they do. They just open up boxes and show their video and stuff like that there. The other 10 to 15%, you got doing like random things for going to shows or whatever. I'm going to Lexington, Kentucky tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't have no shows near me. If I want to go to a show, I got to go up to San Francisco or I got to go down to LA. But this time of year, I can't do it. I have to go during wintertime for shows. Like my main goal this winter is to go down to Burbank, go down there, see what I can do, stuff like that. And if there's any other shows that happen during the wintertime, I'm going to go down there and see what's going on. Never know what you find.
The selfie cameras, I don't mind. I don't mind if somebody has like somebody filming for them with them. The issue I have is when you have 6 or 7 people around one person with a camera, and it's all their crew,
You
or
mean
like
sports
three of
card
them, and then
investor?
there's somebody else with their camera crew of 3 people, and it's just like you can't get through it at all. To me, that's just annoying. You're taking up space. You're ruining somebody's table display. Normally, they're trying to sell, and people are just bypassing it because they can't get in there.
Well, that's what sports card investor did at the Dallas show, wasn't it? He was down there and he had like a camera crew and 4 or 5 people with him.
Oh, of course, yeah. Somebody direct them. Well, you need to come this way. You need to come that way. I make your decision. It's time for you to eat your lunch. I mean, whatever.
Time for your snack pack.
But yeah, mine's at Lexington tomorrow. That was the show. I had a real good pickup last time, a real good one. I mean, deal wise, those cards now are still pretty much the same value as they were a month ago, which is hard to say with the market now. Um, there was something else I just saw pop up there. Oh, in Indiana. Yeah, I saw a couple of them in Indiana, but I figure I just hit Lexington. It's gonna be about an hour and a half drive. I'll drop the dog off to go run around with other dogs and then drive out, come back, maybe grab some fresh lobster tails, pick the dog up and grill and call it a day. Because next week I'm off Friday through Monday. So I'm gonna be bored out of my mind sitting here. I don't even know what I can watch. I've watched so much reruns and TV series that it's like dead anymore for me. I can't get into anything.
Told you that movie 999. Watch it. It's good. There's 2 hours taken right there.
Makeup! I need makeup! Out of my nose and cheeks.
There's
I'll
not
make
enough makeup
Kentucky
for you,
eat
man.
California.
There's not enough makeup for you, man.
And you can't put makeup on, man. My facial hair, man. Man, I don't even know. I gotta go back to work. I thought it was in 2 weeks, and it's not, man. I might be able to get my hair a little bit longer. I'm gonna come back looking like a straight hippie in that office, and I really don't care. It's all about the work ethic, not how you look. If it was a beauty contest, I mean, I wouldn't even win $10 on Monopoly. I mean, come on now, let's just be honest. It's not about how you look at work; it's about your work ethic and getting
Hey
the job
man,
done.
every squirrel catches a nut sometime. You might get one.
What's up, Chris? I'm not near DC at all. That's a drive. But I mean, there's shows everywhere. There were a couple I was looking at. There's one like in New Albany, Indiana. Yeah, but it's Wednesday nights. I mean, I don't want to drive up there from 6 to 9 p.m. on a Wednesday night. I mean, honestly, that's a place I got to bring my gun, and I just don't want to go there. And it's late at night, especially for that.
You're always packing, so what's it matter?
No, okay, I leave it in the car most of the time. Now, if I have problems, it comes with me. It ain't no joke. It comes with me. But when you go to places like that, I don't know the area, but I don't know where the show's at. Let me rephrase it. But there's areas that are rough. Like if Jeff was in here when I asked him, oh yeah, we're doing a card show. I'm set up at this place in Louisville. I forget it was like an Elks Lodge or something. He's like, oh, that's a rough area. I'm like, oh, so I need to be packing is what you're saying. He's like, yep. I'm like, no problem, man. And you never know where you're gonna go. You never know what'll happen. I mean, there's some crazy stuff that goes on anymore. Why does my hat just keep on looking crooked? I don't know. Maybe it's the way the camera is.
No, you're doing the Fernando Rodney look right now.
Yeah,
You're doing the Fernando Rodney look.
Well, when I'm looking at the camera and then looking at the screen, it's like two different ways.
You're doing the Fernando Rodney look.
I don't care. It's been a long day. I just sit there and listen to training videos for part of the day, and then listen to well, it's only phase 4 started. And I'm like, wait, phase 4? I'm phase 6. I'm like, so you're telling me I got another month at home? Oh yeah. I like this home stuff. I don't have to pay for dry cleaning of clothes. None of that stuff.
Don West. I have not heard that name in a long time. Wow. I haven't heard that
Don
name.
West. What was the other guy? Don Knotts.
Oh,
you remember Don Knotts?
Andy Griffin? Andy Griffin? Three's Company?
I don't know about Three's Company. I can't remember.
Yeah, he was Mr. Furley, wasn't he?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Wasn't Three's Company the guy and two girls?
Yeah, well, Three's Company. Yeah.
Well, I don't remember. Show. I never was into it. I mean, I'd rather watch freaking Golden Girls than that.
It's all about Married with Children.
That was later on. Golden Girls was that way before. What was that other one? There was oh gosh, I could see it. It was a bunch of girls that lived in a house. Facts of Life.
Oh God, really?
It's the Facts of Life.
Don't you go there.
Facts of Life.
I'm gonna get that stuck in your head for like the next 2 weeks now.
You want to mess around? I'll start sending you the freaking stuff of the Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend.
Don't. I'll get you going. Trust me. I'll get you going for like a week.
I don't even know. This is actually from a ball game I went to a long time ago. I don't remember. I can't remember why I bought this hat at the ball game.
Probably because it was hot.
I didn't always have long hair and my head was burning because I was still in the military. So my sides were dead, and I just didn't want to have that going to work and pulling chunks of skin off look. So yeah, I bought a hat up there. I wanted to get the one with the little umbrella on top and stuff, but yeah, I wasn't allowed.
I would have paid to see you have an umbrella hat.
Oh, I used to have a beer hat, like the hard helmet with the two beer cans.
Yeah, with the two beer cans. Yeah.
I used to go down Panama City all the time when I lived in Georgia. A buddy of mine owned condos on the beach. They were right next to Pineapple Willie's. And man, the one time I went over there, I'm like, can you fill these up with your slushies? and they all knew me because I'd come down and they treated me with the 10% local discount down there. Man, they filled me up with these 2 big giant slushies. Oh, wow. That was not a good thing in the sun. Oh, no, I don't watch those now. I just was trying to think of when I was a kid what I used to sit there and watch because my stuff like Alf was probably
Oh God, did you just go there?
well, Alf, yeah. Well, Alf was probably the one show that I was kind of allowed to watch. Like I wasn't allowed to watch Scooby Doo because the whole thing behind Scooby Doo was they were druggies. Hash cakes, Scooby snacks. Yeah, my mom didn't want me to watch Scooby Doo. But yeah, I could watch G.I. Joe and He-Man. I didn't know the reason behind Scooby Doo till later, and she explained it to me. But yeah, she was like the Mystery Machine. That was a heroin van, and the things around their necks were tie-offs for heroin. And don't you know why they always seen ghosts? Because they were tripping and on acid. I'm like, oh my gosh, wow. Well, whoever made that cartoon up really went to town on it. Oh, come on. Everybody liked Alf back in the day. I mean, seriously, Alf was a great thing, man. Always trying to eat the cat. I mean, I was surprised I was allowed to watch The Simpsons. I think The Simpsons came out when I was in like 6th, 7th grade.
They came out in 88 or 89. They came out.
Like that. Yeah. I mean, I was young. I was surprised I was allowed to watch it because I mean, like they used the word damn on it and stuff like that. Huh, I didn't know that. I never liked Dukes of Hazzard either. I just couldn't get into that. The car thing where they'd always pause for a commercial break as it went off a jump and then it came back, it was landed. You're like, what? That made no sense. Like I didn't like A-Team.
Oh, come on, man. I pity the fool who don't like 18.
I didn't like A-Team.
You don't tell me you didn't like Knight Rider.
That was kind of cool. I didn't mind Knight Rider. There was what was the other one? Was like Knight Rider.
Magnum PI.
No, not Magnum PI. The dude he used to get with all the gadgets and stuff, and would make like a freaking with his
MacGyver.
Oh yeah. I didn't like MacGyver at all either. That was it, MacGyver.
Mm-hmm.
Bo, Luke, and Duke.
Oh no, I like Knight Rider.
All right, let me pull. I'm trying to figure out where this is at. So right, people have been.
We're showing our age right now.
No, showing my age.
Yeah, we're old guys.
We'll be talking about watching the Gong Show.
No, it's all about whammy. It's all about pressure luck.
Oh, the Gong Show, man. The Gong Show. With Mean Gene, the dancing machine.
Oh, God. Yes.
Wait, I must hit the wrong button.
That or the match game. I just watched the match game like crazy, too.
It's not coming up. Oh, there we go. Share screen. So a lot of people keep saying the market is down. Well, it is in a way. Share.
Well, certain cards, certain things, yeah.
But this is where I try to look at it. And I'm just going to use the Luca. This is a silver prism right there. So, oh, great. What happened to my screen? Oh, there it is.
No, you're good.
I know it's flickering on my end because I started doing too many things at once. All right.
Cardealer.com, Sanford and Son. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up.
January 2020 is when that card really started coming up because, see, I remember being stuck at a show in November and a PSA 10 was somewhere around like $700. So when these things shot up, a lot of people started moving and selling them. I mean, it was good money. But if you start looking, it crept up. There's your 7,000s. But if you look recently, they're at 40. Crap. There we go. 4,100.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if you go for the past year and a half, or even if you go before that, 700 to 4,300, still a good price onto it overall. So I don't think the market's down. Do I think those are going to dip more? Possibly. And I the reason why I say possibly, once I figure out where my other screen went to here.
Hey, Robert, how's it going, man?
Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Yeah, but what's the pop on these? The pop it's.
Hold on, that's what I'm going to pull up. Hold on.
Okay. That's what Steph.
I don't know if I can dual the screen share. There we go.
T-
So
t-
here
t-
we go.
t- today, Junior.
Luca Silver Prisms, 4,500 PSA. Wait, did that show up?
Yeah, you're on. It's on there. I can
Oh,
see it.
something else
You're
popped up
good.
on my
Yeah, there's
screen.
44,
Yeah,
4447, and
4,400 there. All right.
yep,
So you're talking about 4,500 have been graded by PSA.
yep.
Not bad for a POC report. Okay. So let me go back and wait, wrong thing. Beckett. Where's the Beckett screen? I think it's this one.
So how many were graded? 4,400. I'm going to write this down. So we had, let's say,
They
4,500.
say 4,500. So
Okay.
the same one in Beckett, 2,187. So say 2,200. So you're basically talking like, was it 6,700 been graded?
6,700 have been graded.
That's not a huge thing overall. That's not a whole lot of those cards that were produced. It's not like the base and stuff. But the biggest thing to look at is, I think this is the Beckett 10s. There's only 9, 837 were 9.5s. Now, no joke, I think I was sitting on 22 of these between 9.5s and 10s. So it was a little bit different across the board. And when I go back to here, here, and here, now I know what I'm doing. So PSA wise, oops, that's a red wave. There's Silver Prism. Less than
2,059.
yeah, less than 50% of those. I'd probably say it's about 45, 46% graded 10s. Granted, that was a better year for Prism for overall onto it. And if you really look, you didn't see a whole lot of 876s. Well, you just find somebody that wanted to get a PSA too. No idea why, but it wasn't bad overall onto it. Let me figure out where the heck this went to here.
What was funny is you almost have the same amount 9s when you do 10s.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you look at it, it's not a big, highly populated card. 6,500 for a Silver Prism compared to when you look at like Zion stuff and like that was produced, probably half as much. So I don't think it's going to dip much more. Granted, I don't know how many people still have wax of it. Like I still have wax from Luca's rookie year, but the full one, I was lucky. I mean, I was buying retail boxes at like 80, 90 bucks a box of that stuff. And I mean, it was just to fill orders up to get free shipping. Late night, Stanford and Son, 2 suburbs south, 20 minutes from Cleveland, Ohio. We have a car dealer who sells vintage. They have the original truck from wow. But I think honestly, we're starting to get corrected into the market. Even if you look at like a PSA 10 Luca itself, just a regular base, those were up to around 1,800 bucks. Now, before the surge, those are about buck 25. I think they're still around the $700 mark the last I looked at them, but that's still, a big, huge difference between what they were. I think those will still drop a little bit in price. I think those are going to level out because look at Zion. I mean, Zion has been selling his PSA 10 prisms. We're up to like 11, I don't know, maybe 1,000. I think we're around 1,000. Now they're like 375 ish, 350. And I think that's where they're going to settle at until he does something great and crazy out there.
But they also probably produced more of that year than they did the year previous with Luca.
Yeah, they did.
See, so
Prism in 1819 only had Prism Hobby, Prism Retail. Then you had your blasters and stuff like that. But they only had choice that year. They didn't have like T-Mall and freaking. I don't even know if there was. Oh, the Fast Break came out, but it was very limited that year because I only got allocated 2 boxes where I was allocated like a case and a half of Prism Hobby. So yeah, it was really allocated the Fast Break that year. Yeah, I can see it. I think we're starting to stable out. I think some prices are still going to dip down on cards. I mean, let's use this for example. Wander Franco. Everybody thought he was going to be huge. So everybody, he got called up. Everything sold. Goes out first game, hits a home run and all that stuff. Now, I mean, last I looked, he was batting 143. Yesterday, he went 0 for 3 strikeouts. I would have paid $300 for a PSA 10 first Bowman base card of chrome of Wander Franco.
No, no.
The stuff was too highly produced during that year. And that's the thing is if you pay attention to your pop counts, that's really going to help you a lot. And what I always tell everybody is I stick to autographs and serial numbers now. I don't mix up with a lot of the silvers, the reds, and stuff that's not numbered. I mean, it's cool to have, yeah, but I'd rather flip that and make my money and buy something that's numbered to the person. Look up that plates and patches too. Auto latest sales. I can't. I don't have eBay up. I have no idea. I'm guessing it's probably around 200-ish, maybe. I don't know. Maybe 250. I don't know if people have gone hard on Tua recently or not. I spend most of my time looking at trim cards and scams, and I do get to look up stuff.
Let me see. I'll try and look it up if I can.
Oh, it's you got to know the serial number onto it.
Well, it's the plate and patch. It's purple, isn't it?
It's the one I have. Yeah, it's 2020. Yes, plates and patches. 2 out of 35. I have no idea. I mean, honestly, I haven't even looked at that card. So there's one for 4 and 5 or best offer.
Never mind. You already got there.
Well, I'm just trying to scroll through it. What the heck does mine even look like? Here somewhere. Okay, dual relic. So dual relic sold 223. There's one for 217 plus shipping, 223 plus shipping. There's one for 275, same day that 223 went on. And that was straight buy it now. It won't because that graph thing's only for graded cards. It's not for raw. I would have to pull that up off of TerraPeak off of eBay, and that there is not a good tool to use because it'll start pulling up other Tuas involved into it, and I'll have to do a lot of clicking. Well, all I can tell you is if you like bananas, there you go. Enjoy your day with them. Yeah, I don't know what to really say to that. I mean, there's a banana song that's on YouTube.
Hey, Jimmy, what's up?
What's up, Jimmy? Yeah, the program I use is only for graded cards. They don't do raw. To me, I think Tua has just been stable the whole time frame. But like I said, I haven't really looked it up in the past, probably a week or two since I put it on the website. I don't even know what it's on the website for. I have no idea. My guess is probably about 200-ish, maybe. I don't know. I normally only go through the website about once every so often and check prices. Snake. Yeah, 200. It's below comps. Gotta make sure I caught up on everything I was missing while I was just talking. What's up, Robert? The seniors in there. Yeah, I don't know how to this year. I mean, it's a gamble on them. It really is. I don't know. I got rid of most of Jimmy.
Oh, I still have that. I still have that red mosaic.
I think that's the only auto I have left of Tua is that plates and patches out of 35. And everything else that it would even be worth a Tua is probably sitting at PSA still. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I had it like 200 on there. I could have been wrong. I know originally a while back that card was going like over 250, and I think I had like 230 in the store or something. A lot of times I can't remember what I stick the stuff in there. I just go over recent comps, probably like the last 5 or 6, and figure out where I need to be at in the card. Honestly, a silver club level, I probably wouldn't keep it. That stuff was so overproduced that Select just left
Anything
it
select, I wouldn't keep unless it's numbered.
or auto.
Yeah, yeah, auto or numbered. I wouldn't keep it if it's numbered, not numbered or auto.
Even the field levels were so overproduced where nobody wants them anymore. And I really didn't realize it until I went to a show and seen them all. And I'm like, I'm done. Zebra stripes, same thing. Too overproduced. Every color of the unicorn for a zebra. I'm gonna show you guys one more thing. I don't know if this is my new bucket list item. I had to replace it after what I got in. Where'd my YouTube go? I guess it's on hiding. This is it here, though. Dwayne Wade SP Authentic Autograph Rookie. These were only out of 500. And PSA 10s. Now, granted, this is what's bad about it. You got to look at this here because the way I searched for it, I just put in like 2000, what was it, 2003 SP Authentic Dwayne Wade. When you pull this up, this is like kind of like the sign of the time right here. But the other ones are around $4,000-ish. But if you look back in 2020, before anybody started really hitting up on them, they were easily like a $1,500 card.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to wait for the dip, but I think this is going to be the next one that I get offhand right there.
Yeah, see, there's the two I have, but I haven't looked at the price on it as of late.
That's why I've been setting my stuff up on that website, so it tells me like these, like today, like some of the stuff that I own, the Trey Young True Mosaics are over $400 now. From well, the true, I guess there really was only one mosaic that year, unlike last year. But PSA 10s are now over $400 onto it. Zion 375, Prism Rookie PSA 10 375, 371. Even Lou Bob's Tops Chromes 82, 64, 72. So I'm guessing his Tops Chromes are about healthy $70. But yeah, they send me emails every day of the recent sales from the day prior, and that's what I've been using mostly. But to me, the market really is, I think it's almost pretty much stabilized. I think we're still going to see some
Hey, I'll be right
downs.
back, guys. I'll be back in a minute.
I think we're still going to see some ups and downs on stuff. Most of the downs are going to be from stuff that's been overproduced. The ups are going to be by player performance or Hall of Fame or something like that anymore. But I'm kind of curious, though, to see the difference in about a month from going to a card show on if people are going to be selling a lot more, because a lot of people just were not really selling. And what did make sense to me, and maybe I'm wrong, but if you're selling at eBay comps, but you're buying and telling somebody else that, oh, well, you're going to lose 15% to eBay, really it's about 13. Shouldn't your comps be the same? You know, shouldn't your comps be 15% of what eBay sell is? You can't just decide and pick whatever makes more sense for you to make profit onto it. See, a lot of times, like I tell people at shows that bring me cards, is like I will not buy at eBay prices because I got to take it and invest and try to find somebody to want it. I usually am like 70, 75%, depending on the card. But what I saw last time was all the sellers were selling at eBay prices, but like people coming up to them with cards, they're like, "Oh, well, you're not going to be able to get eBay price. I can give you 75 for, remember, you're going to lose 15% to eBay anyhow. And I'm like, you just quoted your cars at eBay prices without the markdown of 15%. So I'm starting to see a lot more people not wanting to sell. And I think it's because they're in deep onto these newer stuff. Like they were buying into the surge. And I think that's the biggest issue across the board is that
All right.
people bought into the surge. Some people still sit in grading companies, and then you got people who are like shareholders stuff on the cards and have stuff at the vault waiting. Well, see, that's the thing is you're not always going to make money. Sometimes you got to take your losses with your profits too. If overall I go to a show and say I sell $1,000 in cards, I might get the value on a couple of them, and a couple of them I might cut down 10% onto it because I can always argue back with the people come up to my table and they're like, well, you're going to lose X amount to eBay. And I'm like, well, you got to pay for shipping and 6% sales tax. So where are you at onto it? It's the people who come and nickel and dime you all the time. I mean, people are like repeat buyers at shows and stuff. I mean, I don't mind, cutting a little slack onto it, but I mean, everybody's out there because they watch these YouTube videos and think that you will and deal. Like people come to the table and I'll have a sticker on a card and I'm like, what do you take for that card? What's on the sticker? I'm like, come on now.
Yeah.
But what's funny is then I'll see them set up at Lexington and I'll go up to them and I just mess with them for about 5 minutes. I should really put it on a video one day. And as soon as I walk up to the table, I'm like, what do you take for it? And they're like, well, I want 100 for it. I'm like, I'll give you 70. And they just look at me, well, what do you mean 70? I'm like, that's what I'll give you, 70. I got to take that card. I got to stick it in my inventory for a while. I never know when I'm going to move it. Could go up, could go down. Market's going down. And they just stare at me and I just walk away. But I give them the case of their own medicine because that's what they always come over to me doing all the time. They're all like, oh, well, eBay this and Sasha T this and sports card investor this. I'm like, I'm not any of them. So sorry.
Don't be that guy.
No. I'm really curious though. Within a case of a month, though, are these dealers going to be wanting to sell their cards or not now? Because a lot of these guys got a lot of money wrapped up into it, and it's only going to take so long before their funds are depleted and they can't buy new stuff.
The guys that have been doing it for a long time, they'll hold and they'll sit because they know what they can do with it. The guys who bought in during the panic, during the surge, they just want to get it, flip it as quickly as possible. But they're the ones who are gonna sell stuff for pennies on the dollar as time goes on because they got all that money invested in it because they were thinking they were gonna get rich on it. Then they see the market crashing, not crashing, I should say, just dipping. Now they're all in panic mode.
Well, it's just not our market in card world. Crypto's down across the board. There's a lot of things that have dipped down. And, you can't always be on a ride to where it's going to keep going up, 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 up. It's going to fall down. It'll level out. Then you'll have your ups and downs. Then all of a sudden it might dip way down. Then it'll dip way up.
It's all about the people who can ride the wave.
Well, I mean, that was my whole thing. That's why I sold so much during the wave, especially on Lucas Silvers and stuff. I mean, I didn't really buy a whole lot during the surge. I knew better.
Mm-hmm.
If you've been through surges before, you know never to buy during the high point of anything. The only thing I was buying was basically either getting in Razes taking chances on or just my regular allocations through distributor. I don't think
and you were getting into breaks.
well, breaks too, but I mean, otherwise, I did buy when the market started surging. I knew it was going to happen. I bought like a ton of Ben Simmons rookies, Frank Thomas, stuff like that people didn't think of. And then I pretty much, as soon as they were double the money after fees and shipping, I sold. I mean, did they still go up afterwards? Yeah, I could have made more, but I'm not a person that likes to wait till it hits the very, very tippy top. And then I see it start creeping like, oh, it's got to come back up. No, it's probably going to keep dipping down.
Well, kind of like your Griffey 89 top traded you had. You bought what, 20 or 30 of them?
And, on top, no, there's 8 or 10 behind me. I
Yeah.
mean, they're only like $120 for a PSA 10 now. But I would have had them graded. I mean, perfect example, 89 Don Russ Griffey. If I wanted to sell it, it would have been, I could have sold it $1,000. Now they're like 350, 400. But to me, it was more sentimental that I pulled that card and graded and it became a 10. Very hard to grade. So, I mean, if it ever hit $1,000 again, I'd probably think about maybe moving it. I mean, it's just one of those things. I have very little in it. $9 to grade the card. I think it was $8 a card for 88. No, it was $8.88 for 80 stuff. And then maybe $5 for the box I pulled it out of. So it wasn't like I had a whole lot into it to where I need to worry. I mean, I lost profit, gaining profit off it, but either way, I still make profit on it. Oh yeah, a lot of people bought into the hype. And that's the thing, when you have those investors coming in, that's what they do. They come in for short term and now look at it all. I mean, there's a lot of people that went out there thinking like LeBron James Topps Chrome rookies and stuff were going to keep going up, Jordans and everything else. The only thing you could really say that's really been pretty going up is like Brady stuff. And I'm talking about the Brady like SP rookie auto and stuff like that. Because that, I believe that was out of 99 or 199. It's a low pop.
Well, look at
time frame way back.
Look at Kobe rookies now.
Oh, Kobe Topps rookies are down. I think they're to 2,000s, maybe 3,000 tops for PSA 10.
But they were going for like $4,000 to $6,000. They're going stupid.
Kobe PSA 10s, I was buying them under $100 a pop. Under $100. And now, granted, part of the influx was because he died. So they shot up then, but I just kept watching. I'm like, this can't be right. And as soon as I seen him hit over 3,000, I got rid of mine. I was like, I can't see why they're this much money. I can't. It made no sense. I can understand like a Topps Chrome Refractor rookie or a Topps Chrome X-Fractor, because those refractors back in the day were a lot harder to get than what they are now. If you look at like
one per box.
No, it was a couple. I think it was like two or three. No, refractors were more per box. The X-Fractor was like I think a case hit, if I remember right. But refractors are more than one a box. I think it was like 2 or 4 you got in a box. It was a low thing, but still the sets were bigger back then too.
Yeah, the Kobe didn't make no sense for the longest time.
What's up, TJ? Yeah, 89 Griffey. So I still think the 89 Griffey is going to go down more. I think it's going to hit down to somewhere around $2,000. And that'll probably make sense for it. But there's a lot of cards I have on my watch list that I'm just still waiting. If I miss out on, they go back up, so be it. I know somewhere along the way, some more will dip, and I'll just buy into it. That's why I was showing Joey on that vintage card price thing that they have like a hot, cold 100, and then they have like top 50 sales in each sport. And I don't necessarily look for the cards that are in there, but it starts triggering other cards in my head to where I'm like, oh, you know what? I need to look at this, this, and this. And there's been a couple that I've been silently buying into right now that I don't want to go out and tell people to go buy this card, because then what's it do? It makes me look like a bad guy because everybody's going to push the value of my cards up. But if they ever started going up, I'd be like, yeah, I bought these like 2-3 years ago at like $15, $20 a pop, $50, $100 a pop, whatever they were. That's why I'm kind of really iffy on doing like the top 5 card sales of the week videos and stuff, because I don't want people to go out there and jump out and buy this stuff. Or if I'm invested in, I don't want people to invest in either, because if I'm wrong, and I've been wrong before, oh boy, have I. Just because I struck it rich with Luka doesn't mean that I've been perfect across the board and Herberts and stuff like that.
Obi Toppin.
Yeah, I picked Anthony Edwards and Obi Toppin to chase this year, and Toppin is a flopping. Anthony Edwards, he did pretty well. I still think he should have won Rookie of the Year, but that's just me.
Malachi Flynn.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, when I go to shows, unless it's something I know and I can look at, I'm like, I got a good chance of the PSA 10 on this. I probably won't buy it. Now, if I'm going through their bargain bin boxes, a lot of times, like you'll see vintage boxes, and I mean, you could find stuff like Carlton Fisk rookies in it, where a guy has it $100 a card. I'm just throwing a number out, but he'll have the box saying 40 or 60% off sticker price. I might find something. I'm like, oh, this might get a high grade, and for 40 or 60 bucks. And what I'll do is I'll pick out like $300-400 in cards, and I'll be like, hey, what can you do on these right here? Normally they'll cut me a little bit more of a deal onto it, but I'm also a repeat buyer. I will never go to somebody's table unless they do it to me and be like, what do you do on this? Most of the people I've dealt with for years, so when I go up to them, I just be like, hey, this is at like 450. We take four, and they'll usually be like, yeah, go ahead. But I feel more comfortable doing with people that I bought with over the years than like some of the guys. They just hustle everybody across the board. They even say, "Hey, how you doing?" It's like it's their conversation. What's the lowest you take on that card? Hi, how you doing? Good morning. I like your hat. Like your shirt.
Straight
Want a donut?
business. Straight business, homie. Straight business.
It's not even business. Straight hustle to me. That's why I just stay away from it. A lot of them. And if I see them set up at a show, I give them a little taste of their medicine. I walk away because how's it feel?
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I like going. I mean, before we had COVID, I used to go up and shake all the dealers' hands and stuff. Introduce myself.
Cooties.
I always tell them who I collected, what I'm looking for, and the good thing was a lot of times these guys go across, country to shows. They take my number down. They're like, "Hey, man, this dude here has this Nolan Ryan or this Clemente or this Jordan or this Crosby rookie. You interested in it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, depending on the price." They're like, "Hey, I'll pick it up. I'm back up your way in 2 months. Same price I buy it for, regardless if it goes up or down." I'm like, done.
I try to get those Ryans for you the other day.
You were telling me about that. Yeah.
Tried.
Nolan Ryan has been really on a big back burner of mine for the last probably 2 or 3 years. There's one card that I'm looking for in particular. It's the 90 upper deck auto that's out of 2,500. Now I have them. My highest grade's an 8. I'm looking to get one that I could grade out at a 9 or 10. If I could find that 10, that thing will probably get into one of the big plaster cases and be put on a mantle on my fireplace as like a trophy card.
Which one?
The 1990, was it 90? Wait, no, was it 90?
The 90 Upper Deck Baseball Heroes, the autos?
Yeah, it's the one where he has the 5,000 strikeout.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the card that goes this way.
Yeah.
The vertical card, not the horizontal.
I have a good chunk of them upstairs. Or not here, but at the vault, but they're all grade 8s. I could not get a 9 or 10. And they're hard to find. Very hard to find.
So how does, using the two as an example, how does it happen that it went for 155 on Thursday? Did someone listed wrong? Someone probably listed at the wrong time.
Wrong time, their feedback. They might not have filled out all the little pieces for the search bars. It could be a various different things onto it.
You're going to see prices differ from Monday to Thursday, from Friday to Sunday.
It could be the relic, could be the auto. They might notice something wrong with the card. I mean, I don't know until I would look at it.
You're going to get more traffic on the weekends when you want to sell stuff. That's when you want to do it. You'll get more traffic during the week. You're going to get less traffic. So, yeah, probably keep
all my auctions on Saturdays. I just started recently doing it on Fridays just because I was trying to push stuff out of here. Yeah. But Saturdays, I would get a lot in the evening. A lot more traffic, a lot more bids last like probably 2 hours. Sundays in the wintertime are really good, especially during the 4 to I guess not the 4 to 7 game. I used to start putting stuff on around then, but Sundays people would start looking for cards, especially if you were listing football and you knew that the game was going to end at like 4 o'clock. You could have your auction ending at 5. And if your player did well or they were about to break a record during that time frame, you're taking a chance on it. You could make a pretty penny during that.
Yeah, if a rookie goes out and throws like 4 touchdowns and 300 yards or something like that as a quarterback and a rookie, you have a rookie card, you're golden selling something around that time. If they have the early game, let's set early.
Well, it's like Peyton Manning rookies are going down. Explain that one.
Because the hype on Peyton Manning just went down. I mean, everyone's like,
Not
"Oh,
even the hype. I mean, you're talking about performance and everything. Peyton Manning rookies overall have gone down. He has Super Bowls. He has records. Is it because he played for the Colts and went to the Broncos? I mean, if he would have went out and played for the Niners or the Cowboys, would they be a lot more? You can't really say that because look at Brady. He went from playing with New England to Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay was like not a great team. He goes down there. People come in there with him. They get the right young dudes in there, and his stuff.
Look at Breeze. Look at Breeze. His stuff when he renounced his retirement, things shut up for about a week. Then after that, went back down. Manning will get a bump. Well, did Manning get in the Hall of Fame already? No, Manning didn't get in the Hall of Fame, but he'll get a bump when he gets in the Hall of Fame. When these guys are about to get in the Hall of Fame or they're announced, they're finalists or whatever, or they're going to get in the Hall of Fame, they get a little uptick until the ceremony. Then after the ceremony, about a week, they start to go back down again. Just that initial little bump of their Hall of Famer now.
I mean, you should really look at a lot of the good quarterback autos. Dan Marino, John Elway. They sell for piddles. And I'm talking about cards that are numbered out of 25 out of 10 from big products, sell for less than even a Mahomes third-year autograph. It makes no sense. Guys that are in the record book have Super Bowl rings. I mean, Marino don't have a Super Bowl ring, but I'm just saying that Joe Montana and everything, it's just insane when you look at it. Now, during the surge, everybody was all against active players. That's when I was picking up some of that other stuff. And then, I knew eventually somebody was going to hit into that market and be like, oh, let's go tear this market up next and sell, sell, sell. And that's the thing is like, if you can really discipline yourself during a high surge and not buy unless you have to, and you wait till like right around now when you start picking stuff up again, you can basically pick your cards up you sold at a high market for half the value. I know a guy that sold a bunch of big cards and he's starting to pick them back up now, and he was selling them at like 50, 60,000. He's picking them up at 20, 25 now.
You got to think. The reason why Marino and Elway and all those guys don't sell as much as Mahomes is because what are they doing now? Nothing. They ain't doing really nothing to drive their market. Mahomes is always going to drive his market because he's an active player. Aaron Rodgers is going to do that. Brady's still doing that. Active players are going to drive the market. The retired guys, they're not. Only way they're going to drive the market is when they pass away.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, unless they become a coach somewhere or something crazy goes on out there.
Well, Elway shit the bed with the Broncos. He hasn't been the greatest GM.
No, but his stuff still sells.
But not as much as like Mahomes.
If you look at it this way, if I pulled a 101 Elway Shield Auto, and I put it up against, I'm not going to use Mahomes or Herbert or anything like that. We'll put it up against Dak Prescott. They would probably sell for the same amount of money.
I think Dak would probably sell more. For some reason, Cowboys drive market. I mean,
it's a hard market to sell Dax unless you're in Dallas, Texas, or somewhere that you're a big Cowboys fan. But I've been watching people trying to buy Dax now, and I've also seen Dax stuff really not rise. But I mean, even if I don't even use Dak, I'll use freaking
use Russell Wilson.
No, that's a bad example there. There was another name it was pondering in the back of my head here.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, you can even use Murray. Oh God, he still has freaking 10 to 15 years, but not really. I mean, he can go out week one and get concussed or broken spine. He doesn't play again. But they still sell for the same amount of money. Where a guy already has a proven career, he's done and retired, you think would give it a little bit more of a value onto it. Now, this does not go with basketball because if Michael Jordan was still in autographs, him and LeBron would still be neck to neck on prices. But we start to look at some of the sports onto it. I mean, hockey's probably the best one of it all because you could pull a Gretzky auto, low numbered, and it makes sense with the value. But if you go into like baseball or football, it doesn't make sense at all.
Well, Griffey still sells. If you pull a Griffey, you're still going to get some money for a Griffey.
Depends
Guys
on
like that, there's certain guys that a Jeter, you'll still get some money for Jeter. You'll still get money for Griffey. You'll get money for people still like Nolan Ryan. People still go for him, not as much as those other ones, but there are some baseball players that still hold relatively good value. You know, you are chasing Bonds. You mean not the Bonds number. You're chasing Trout. You're chasing Acuna and stuff like that now. But I mean,
we
Griffey still
also
sell.
agree that Trout is going to be Hall of Fame. So, I mean, it would be pointless unless he goes out there and commits a felony. The easiest way of me saying it, I doubt his stuff will go down.
Yeah,
But, the RPAs were always the big pulls in that stuff. Now, granted, we back in the day, we didn't really care about the numbered single parallels, not autoed, stuff like that there. They started picking up popularity, but there was a lot of people that knew if it was going to be out of 99 or less, it was going to be worth money somewhere down the road. Eventually, it was going to catch on, just like Optic. The first year of Optic basketball, people hated it because of the hollows and everything else. I was buying into every break I could for probably 8 months afterwards. And I was just holding the stuff because everybody was chasing that one auto per box. Nobody cared about the hollows and the numbered rookies. I was sitting there grading the stuff, just waiting. Yeah, I like the auto cards. I mean, they're going to hold some type of value onto it. Tatis has 3 home runs right now tonight in the 5th inning. Oh boy, wait. You pulled my leg. That sounds like a funny story. I think you're pulling my. I'm looking.
if he did, I'll go grab all my Tatis right now.
Well, never mind. It says it right here on the front page. Tatis passes on Derby, then hits 3 home runs. And it is the 5th inning. He is not lying.
Wow. Time to grab my Tatises out of there.
I think that puts him in the lead in home runs now.
For the National
If
League?
not, it ties him. Because he was out for a few days.
Wow. Huh. Time to grab your Tatis, boys.
You better grab him when you hit that second one. He passes on the home run derby. He said, let me show you why I don't need to be in the home run derby tonight.
Home run derby's a joke.
They're playing a D-back, so they got.
The worst team in baseball? Of course.
They've already gone through 3 pitchers. I'm guessing the first pitcher got hurt because isn't there a thing where they got to play a full inning or something now? Some crazy rule?
Yeah. New rule is
0.1 or played 0.1 innings, and the other guy's just pitching out. He's in 0.2. Maybe he got hurt.
probably.
I don't know.
Otani and Vlad hit one today? Okay.
I'm about to look. Vlad has 25 too.
Hey, my boy's got 21, I think.
I think Otani's sitting at 19 now.
I think my guy's sitting in 3rd now.
3rd, I think he's in like 5th.
Garcia? I think he has like 20 or 21 home runs now.
And see, that's why I held that 101 definitive patch of Logo Man.
I told you to get it done.
Oh, no, I told you I'm waiting for PSA to say if they're opening up Express. If they open up Express, I don't mind paying 150 on it and getting a 9. At 300, I kind of don't want to spend 309, even though I'm not invested in the card more than $100. But oh heck yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Good heads up, because I don't have any Tatistas listed anywhere.
Oh, hold on. Hold on one second.
Man, Tatis 3 home runs. Let's see if he gets a fourth one tonight. I bet you they start walking him now. Hopefully they don't beam him. Because I think it was last year he hit them 2 grand slams in the game, and I know he got shunned for it because of they were all like, "Oh, well, they were getting beat like 15-0 already." I'm got to do his job. That's what he's getting paid for. Oh, he's going to look for his tattoo to put on right now. Look. Yep.
Yeah, it might be time to put these up then.
I'd go slam them on my slabs.
I ain't got this one graded, but I should put this one up. That's the red ink. As much as you hate optic,
the safe up. Yep.
oh yeah. As much as you hate optic baseball, I do got the pink optic Tatis and the 10, and these are I think the pop's only 20 on these. These are low popped.
For a minute there, I was thinking serial number. I was going to say those aren't serialed.
No, then I got the Ginter, Throwback Thursday, Tops Living. These are all 10s. Maybe start putting these up when I get off.
I would.
Maybe not the auto one. Maybe not the auto. It's not graded, but it is the red ink.
I was thinking about picking up 2019 Topps Chrome case and chasing his auto. I really was.
The 2019 one?
I know somebody holding a couple cases, and we were going to do a little trade on some wax. I was thinking about it.
I do a lot of buy it now and best offers. Auction, I do. Depends on what card it is.
My theory is this: I auction the stuff if I'm not going to grade it. If it's graded or it's autograph. Let me rephrase it: if it's graded or low numbered, it's a buy it now. Anything else that I look at, I decide it's not worthy of being graded, even by SGC. I just throw it up as auction, tell people what I see that it's going to be it's a near mint card because that means it's a PSA 7. That's a near mint. Near mint is PSA 8s. So, and I say there's issues with the card, surface flaws, whatever onto it. I really think Luis Robert right now is really low in a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't know how well he's going to do when he comes back. Probably, I don't even know if he's going to make it back late this year like they were planning, but next year. I mean, if I had low money to invest into a low card right now, I'd pick his stuff up. I'm not talking about autos and stuff, just to hold on to. I mean, I got stuff of his I'm just holding on to. It's just too low to sell. When he comes back, and even next year, if he has a good year, pop him up, sell him. I don't mind the best offer, but I always have to put the low part onto it because I get guys that'll just offer like 30% of the card. And I sit there and wonder how many people do they offer 30% to it actually take it, or even 50%. Now, granted, if it's priced correctly, not these guys that overprice their stuff, but I'm talking about if a card's priced pretty much at market value, these guys offering even 50, 60% of the card. I wonder how many people actually bite on that.
Like I just sold that Wander today. I had it at 250 or best offer, and I have my offers at 200. I sold it for 225. And granted, it was a Panini product. It's a Panini Chronicle Spectra Relic Auto at a 99.
Yeah, non-licensed products. So I mean, I'd have taken it.
Yeah, so
I mean, if you don't have much into it, it's not something you want to hold on to. I would sell it and get something you want to get into.
Maybe I only had $100 invested into it because I think I bought it 2 years ago for 85 or 90 bucks. And I didn't get it graded. I just got it PSA slabbed, kind of like this Tatis. I didn't get it graded. I just got it slabbed to preserve it. So, I mean, I some back then I've only done grading for like the last year. I would just get cars slabbed just to preserve the card. I don't want it getting dinged up, messed up even more. It's just a way to get it done before I did grading. But
Oh, wrong thing.
ah,
Oh, I gotta look off to the side because I can't see the settings because my camera.
get him, Stewie. But this right here has a fun story. So about 3 or 4 years ago, I'm at spring training with my buddy. We go down to the Dodgers White Sox facility. Let me flip my camera around too. And fun story about this one. Come on, camera, flip around. There we go. So this is the one I picked up. Tatis Elite Extradition. Granted, it is a Panini product. But at this one card shop, literally right there by the Dodgers and White Sox facility, they have a bunch of boxes on the top. This was sitting in there for $5. I was like, oh, this is before he got big. People knew about him. I was like, oh, Tatis Jr. I knew his dad. You know, his dad was not bad. I'm gonna grab it for $5. You never know. Now, probably about a $300-400. You just never know sometimes what you get or what you find.
This is my new baby.
Oh, the Crosby
Quad Diamond.
Ooh, no, it's not a quad 9.5.
Quad Diamond.
Oh.
Diamond.
Diamond.
Yep, that's my baby there. They'll be going into the safe. Or not the safe, in a safe deposit box. I'll probably make a trip up there next weekend.
9.
You gotta be a hockey person to know that card there, though. That's the one that eluded me in 4 case breaks during his rookie year that made me so mad that I swore it off. Now, I added it to the bucket list 2 years ago, and I finally pulled the trigger before his stuff goes stupid crazy. Oh. Look, here's my stick. Yeah, I'm ready to go tomorrow. Oh, I've always wanted that one there. All right, now where is my thingy again here? Oh, thank you. I had to wait like 2 weeks to come in from Canada. Guy just shipped it in a regular bubble envelope, like one of them flat ones. Kind of made me mad.
Everything makes you mad.
Well, you send something like that, Oconus, across the border, you think you'd pack it better, especially when I paid for expedited shipping.
You would think that. Not everybody thinks the same way we do.
And this camera, right?
Oh, yep. Yeah, I just got a notification. Tatis hits 3 home runs in 4 innings. Jesus. This stuff's going to be crazy stupid tonight.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You don't like some hockey, huh? I like hockey. But see, I grew up in a hockey town. Hockey's it's if you don't have it in your town, it's more of a Canadian sport. Most players are all from Canada. I mean, realistically, if you're a U.S. hockey player, you probably played at like Boston College or University of Minnesota. If you look at everybody else, they're Russian, Canadian. I mean, just what it is.
Chris.
Yeah, carry pigeons probably would have been better. Really would have. I mean, this thing came in, I picked it up on my mailbox. So I'm like, oh, I hope this thing ain't cracked or something. I'm gonna be upset. I mean, when I was thinking, I've had people I buy from Canada send that expedited shipping. They ship it good. They put it in a box, whatever it may be. But when you pay $30 for expedited shipping, you just stick it in a bubble envelope. Now I got it. It's more expensive to ship in Canada. I would pay the extra couple of bucks, or even put it around cardboard or something. I'm like, wow. Well, you see, well, you guys see the video tomorrow. It comes out 12:30 Eastern. It shows the Crosby, and it talks about a guy that decided he wasn't going to ship my card I bought off of eBay. Well, you see the comment I left on his thing. Now, the comment I left for negative feedback. You can't be ruthless and swear in it and tell them that they're garbage and call them scammers because they get it removed. But I'm still waiting on my money to come back from Mr. eBay from that.
Yeah, that's the one I got from you.
Yep. I think that was in a Labor Day box I did.
Yeah, it was one of your little mystery box things you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you used to grab a couple wax boxes, throw some packs in together.
Back then, it was a $40 card. Now it's not.
I don't know, what was it, 100?
130 and a 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to think because I used to, yeah. In case you guys didn't know, back in the day, well, actually, I think it was last year I did it for Labor Day. I had a
Yep.
couple of boxes of cards that I got that were on pre-order. So I took all the packs, divided them up, and came up with an overall price. I think it was like Topps Chrome.
50. It was $50 a box,
Yep,
and it
Topps
had
Chrome.
archives.
It was an Archives and
It
Stadium
was
Club were all in it. There was only
yep.
like five or no, I did 10 boxes, I think it was 10 boxes. 5 out of the 10 also came with an extra like graded card or hit that I threw in there. I think
Yeah,
almost all
because
the cards were graded in there because I remember there was a Griffey graded card
there
insert
was
that
a
I
Frank Thomas. There was a Frank Thomas auto.
oh yep, the Frank Thomas sweet spot auto because Jacob.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yep,
Yep.
yep,
I,
yep.
I it was around archives when that came out because I remember I buy the box from you and that Trout poster was in there.
Yep. I remember that now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, because every now and then when I used to only get like 1 or 2 extra boxes, and I'm like, what do I do with these things? Make my own repack product real quick up.
Well, they sold real quick.
Oh yeah.
I think I
Well, I
bought
didn't
2 of
charge.
them.
I mean, I didn't charge retail price on the packs either. If I would have done retail on the packs, then I would have taken the hits in consideration. I bet you that would have been 85, $90 a box for a repack. I mean, it just had no point to it. That's why I don't buy a lot of people's repack products.
I
I
don't
know.
buy I don't buy a repack unless I know that person. There's no telling.
Well, I'm talking about the packs, not the ones where they have cards in it.
Are you talking about the boom boxes and stuff like that, or
Yeah, like the boom box and stuff like that. I just don't buy into it. I just don't like not knowing what I'm getting and subscription wise and stuff. Crazy with that stuff. Heck, I
well,
even
anybody?
dabbled in UFC this week.
Well, anybody know? You want a Tatis? Hit me up. I actually have some of that UFC. Hold on.
I don't know where I put my UFC from today. Oh, I pulled a green auto with somebody. I think his name was like Spano or something. I pulled a Habib. I think that's how you say his name. The K silent. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. A couple Conor McGregor's. I don't remember that Y dude, the Yusuf, his green prism, but it's badly off centered. I mean, it's like a 90-10 centering. It reminded me of something I'd have pulled back in the 80s or 70s, even 60s.
Yeah. See, this is the one that I pulled. That was the.
Hmm. I haven't
That's
priced all my silvers out yet. What's the last
that's
thing?
the Yuri Pro
Oh,
Chazka, the
I
Pro
don't remember if
Chazka
I'm gonna
silver.
price them or not. Yeah, I pulled some Yusuf guys, some um, UFC female like Whaley or something. Like I pulled everything of hers, base, silver, green. Well,
Well,
I
yeah.
liked it because I actually got an auto in the box, even though they're not guaranteed, and I hit the pink pulsar both. And the Pink Pulsars are out of 42. I forgot they were numbered.
No, I've just gotten a couple of blasters.
I figured I'd dabble in it a little bit. I mean, it was $100 cheaper than what anybody else was selling them for. It was deal of the week, so I was like, I'll take one. What the heck?
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't go crazy on them or nothing. I mean, a hobby are still crazily expensive.
Yeah, I'm mad because I got this one out of the box. This Francis Gano, whatever his name is. But on the bottom of the card, it has a line that goes all the way across the name.
Mm-hmm.
All the way across.
It's a straight print line.
Yep, I saw that and I was like, nope. It's not a print line. The whole thing's off center because you can see the print line and the bottom edges that it's supposed to be. It's like it needs to be moved up. They completely destroyed it. If you look at how the bottom is just, you can see if you look where that bottom name is and that little etching over there, the whole card needs to be moved up.
Well, if you look, I mean, I think one of the reasons why the soccer, what just came out, the UEFA and then the Bundesliga have dipping in price is because all the cards have so many issues. So many issues from scratches to divots that getting a PSA 10 is going to be very, very hard. And Bundesliga, I think, is down below 300 a box now.
I was looking at the Bundesliga Sapphire, though.
Here.
The Bundesliga Sapphire I was looking at. Yes, I know they're tough hits in those. You don't know what you're gonna get, but it is Sapphire, and I'm a sucker for Sapphire too.
Oh wait, that's Transcendent. My bad. It's all one. I was like, why is it so much money?
Because the Sapphire boxes, I think, are around 350, 400.
That's Match Attack. Tier 1 is wow. Tier 1 soccer's dipped down to 150 a box. Nearest museum. Bundesliga 335 a box, and I'm trying to find the UEFA one, but I am not seeing it.
Do you see the Sapphire boxes?
They don't have them at distributor level.
Mm.
Because it would have been right next to this. I don't see it. I'm going down from Chronicle Soccer, iMac, Impeccable, Most La Liga. Wow.
TJ, I would send that LeBron in, but if it comes back at 10, they're gonna really upcharge it. I mean, I'll just wait for Express if they open the back up at 150, send it in that way. They're gonna upcharge you.
Oh, here it is. Champions League Topps Chrome, 445 a box. Yeah, I knew they were going to start dipping down when everybody started having all those issues.
I don't believe in the whole. They're not going to give you 10 because of the pop reports. No,
I don't either. I really don't. If they were trying to control pop reports, it'd be a lot worse than what it is.
Yep.
I mean, think about some of the stuff that's come out. I mean, granted, I do have a pop one iMac Herbert, but I mean, there's been like 20 cards graded between them and BGS, so that same card. So now there's only 79 more that could try to gem it out.
Yeah,
but I don't think they are.
Overall. No, I would send that LeBron Express. You might get upcharged a little bit, but if you sent it in at like, I don't know,
if you
over to a regular or something, they're gonna really upcharge you.
If you bought a card, and this is something Nat Turner said, and I meant to tell my distributor rep this because he sent a Topps LeBron in to be recased, and they made it from a 10 to a 9. They're supposed to, when they do that, pay you the difference because they messed up grading it originally. And you have to fill out some kind of form onto it. I meant to tell him that earlier. Yeah, I would not price that out as a 10. I'd price it as an 8 or a 9.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get upcharged, just think of it this way: you got a good grade. a very, very good grade, but you're probably gonna have to pay if that tens. I want to say you're in the $1,200 mark then to get it graded. They're gonna upcharge you too.
Yeah, but if you send that in like a regular or modern or ultra modern, whatever they're gonna do, however they're gonna spin the words this time, they're gonna really upcharge you because of that max threshold. You're gonna way past that. If I were you, I'd send that maybe express whenever that opens back up.
That's what I would do. I do Express of it. They
Yeah,
upcharge you afterwards.
if they upcharge
I
you,
mean,
it's gonna be minimal to what if you sent it into regular.
I've been very lucky on my stuff. Very lucky not
Mm-hmm.
being upcharged. That Herbert should have been
I'm
upcharged.
surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't upcharge your ass on that Herbert getting a 10 iMac on that. Yeah, I was like, they didn't upcharge you? You're like, no. I was like, you dirty
Because it's
dog.
supposed to go to 49.99, but if you really be technical, the Raw was selling at 3,000. So even if you doubled it, it's over. They were very generous on it. I mean, they were generous on a lot. Now,
That's
most
an
of my orders they've held for a while, and I think that might be the reason why. But I've also noticed people were trying to get over on it, sending in like regular Kobe rookies on regular, and they're like, dude, you're now
mm-mm.
paying a Super Express rate 300 a pop.
That's why I told him you should do express. Just do express because the threshold's what 499, like you said, 449, 4,000 or 5,000.
For Super Express is 49.99, and I think Express is 24.99 if I remember right.
Okay, so if you send it in, it comes back at 10. Yeah, I mean they may upcharge you a little tiny
I
bit,
would
but
say
maybe
it
not much.
Express at 150 because you're safe
Yeah.
if it comes back in 8 or whatever onto it. If you want
Mm-hmm.
it back quickly, I mean, Super Express is open. I mean, literally,
A week.
I sent a card out on a Thursday. They got it that Friday. I had it back the following Friday. Now I did overnight it, but it's quick. The only reason is 'cause I live on the other side of the United States to where they're at. I didn't want to wait 3, 4 days for them to get it.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't upcharge you for that. 'Cause that's easily $8,000 to $10,000 card. I'm so surprised. They hooked you up
Well,
on
they
that
hooked up on
Herbert.
that Griffey too back in time because when I got it out, it was over 500. Those were supposed to be up to I think it was 199 special or $99 value. I think it was 199 value.
But that was
And
the
I
80
think should have
specials, right?
charged me the economies that I had that went over 500. They should have, and I had some that were like 900, 1,000, but
But that was your 80 specials they did. That took forever to come back.
it was like 5 months, 5, 6 months. It
Yeah.
wasn't, but I was expected. That was a bulk submission. They were averaging 6 months. But the
Yeah.
stuff that I said originally, economy, it was supposed to be up to 499. Those were the time frame. The PSA 10 Zions were hitting 800 Prism, and there were a couple other cards that were in there that I was like, wow, they didn't upcharge me at all. I'm like, cool, I'll take it. And that was only those there were taken from the time I mailed to receive them back were under 3 months back in the day.
Hmm.
Because I'm thinking that regular order she back, I'm guessing 3, 4 weeks.
Oh, the end of July.
Mhm. Yeah, I see that one coming back, and I don't see my first because I know you're not in it. Value, I'm guessing is going to be end of September, beginning of October.
That's you and Jacobs,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm. That was a test run because I wanted to see how quick they were going to log it in and everything. And, it took them until I mailed that in September. They logged it in January as being entered. So I'm guessing September, October, it should be ready to go because that was way before the big surge of all that stuff going in. But what I've noticed now, I've seen a lot of these group sub guys. They're saying that like they sent stuff in Super Express. Now, me Super Express took me a week, but they're saying their stuff's been sitting there for 3 months. So I don't know if they're starting to cater to the members people over the group submitters or not. To be honest,
TJ, yeah, I think Express opens up after the National. They'll
No,
probably can
Express will
open.
open up next month, couple about a week. Should open up next week, if not after 4th of July. I don't think regular will open back up till after a national. If they
Everything
don't
else.
open it up right after national, we'd be getting September regular open up. But if he opens up regular and express, I'll tell you now, and that turns a fool. I wouldn't do that. Because you're not even caught up on regular. There's still about 2.5 months worth of regular left from where their oldest date is. I'm guessing they're about 3 weeks ahead. So I'm gonna say about 2 months shy. But Express should open back up because I should have been one of the very last orders in Express that were like regular, not asking for auto grades or authentications onto it. So that should open back up. And that's where I got to mail about 6 cards in. That'll be a fun one.
Well, my stack is dwindling down, which is nice.
Well, by the end of next weekend, I'll probably have all yours dwindled down right here because I got 4 days off. I'll probably just come on, just start doing them on Friday morning.
Huh?
About what, 60, 70 cards left in your box for me to look through roughly? Then I'm sure you'll
Have
be
you
looking
guys
at
ever graded at a show? Do you get preferential service like it was thinking about? Actually, I've never graded a show. I've taken cards to drop off the PSA to get graded, but I've never had them graded at the show.
the only service you'll get is you have to drop it off on a Wednesday or a Thursday and you get it back Saturday. That's it. I
Usually that's the
mean,
national. That's at the national.
that's at the national they do it. They used to take the cards back with them, but they said they're not doing it right now. They used to be able to you used to be able to drop off, they would get it all logged in and take it back with them. Now, years ago, I think it was 2014, maybe 13. I'd have to look. But I took a big stack up to a show. I mean, we're talking cards that were worth a lot of money. And I wanted them all re-slabbed into new holders. And I asked, and he's like, "Yeah, we got to take them back with us." And I'm like, "You need to sign for these because I didn't want anything damaged going on with them." Well, he wanted to ship them back to me, and I'm like, "No, I would rather fly out there and pick them up, but they wouldn't let me do that." But they went back to a show in Nashville 2 months later, and the guy said he got approval to bring them back with him, and he would hand carry them. And I was like, "Done deal. I could wait 2 months." But I
Yeah.
think I paid for re-slabbing back then. It was something low, like $10 a card. It might have been 8. I can't even remember. It was low. But I took up
The good old days.
it was probably about 20 to 25 cards. And I'll put it this way, there were 2 Babe Ruths in there. So there was some value into it because they were a little bit higher grade you normally see, but there was a couple Jordans that had to be re-slabbed that were autoed from like
Yeah.
'08, '09.
We're never going to see any of those kind of prices ever again.
Well, I
Nope.
think you still re-slabbing fees. I think they're $15 with them or 10, 15, 15. It ain't nothing crazy. But I mean, would you be able to, would you get graded by them? Probably not. I
Mm-mm.
mean, I look at the value of the card now. I mean, I'm pretty much content where I don't want to spend over $300 to grade a card. But if
Mm-mm.
prices keep going down in value, I think he was hitting that door in his thing is that the prices will probably come back down. He said technically the prices aren't for sure on the new levels because they sent this big survey out and it was asking all kind of questions like how much you would pay to have this card graded in this amount of time and all this. And I mean, I went through and answered it pretty on what I would pay. I didn't think about what they thought would be fair to the community. I did on what I would pay for service level and service time. So I think that's going to come into play here. And I think that's where they're trying to figure out where they're going to be at with service levels and rough amount times onto it. And I want to say it was something crazy like, would you be willing to pay more to have your card back quicker or pay less like to have it back? It was something stupid like, would you pay $500 to have Super Express back in like 5 days, or Express to be? Maybe it wasn't Express. It was one of the categories. It was something stupid. Or would you rather pay this amount to have it back here? And I'm like, I'd rather have it here or there. If I want to have it walk through, I'd pay for the money to be walked through. I don't know.
Yeah, TJ. No, they don't grade the card in front of you. They take the cards and they say, "All right, come back, and we'll have them ready on Saturday." They don't just take your cards and do them right in front of you.
No, the last time I was at a national, they had they had an off-site thing they took it to and did the grading, and the other one where they were set up in their corporate area, you came up and then everything behind where you were checking in at was blocked off where they were doing stuff at. But it didn't make sense. I like the one where they went off site because they had to store those cards and they had to be watched. I mean, you're talking, they could have millions of dollars in cards sitting in some off-site facility.
They do the whole Wizard of Oz thing, paying no attention to the man behind the curtains.
Well, I also heard I think what was behind the curtain was just autograph authentication. It was the same day. If you dropped it off before noon, you picked it up before 6 p.m. or something. It was
Yeah,
something.
if it's the guys who are signing at the national, if you get something signed by one of the signers at that national, you take it over there and we'll have it done within like 24, 48 hours or whatever, something like that. Something
Yeah, it
crazy.
was something odd. I think those might have been the autograph dudes who were behind the curtain. I don't know if they were the card people. I just know the one year was off site because they told me it right there. They're
I mean,
like,
I don't know why it would take so long, because if you're getting it signed at the national, you can just hand them the ticket to go with the item. Be like, I got the sign right here. It is.
see, when I used to do an expo, and this is back in 2000, 2001, 2, somewhere around there. When PSA was set up, they had their own little sector. Okay. So you'd go up there, take your cards into them. Now you could either have them graded that day or come back the next day and they'd be graded for a little bit less. When I took mine up there, because there wasn't a long line, grading was kind of relatively new and stuff. But they took it in there. You could see the guys like where they dropped it off with the grader dude, and they graded it right there, and they came right back. The guy told me, "Give me an hour, I'll have your stuff graded." And I was like, "Okay, cool, be back in an hour." I just wanted it in case of the time frame. That was a lot of old vintage.
You know.
I really wasn't caring what they graded it at. It was all about being encapsulated and not having to worry about it. Spilling coffee on it. I don't know. I don't drink coffee, so but
You want to call it? It's almost been 2 hours. I know you got to get up for the show.
yeah, I gotta get this crazy animal underneath me. She's been acting all weird today.
Put the pug on the screen.
Yeah,
Let everybody see her.
she's out cold. She is out cold.
I don't hear her. I don't hear her snoring.
That's because I don't have noise gate on. I have noise suppression.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different onto it.
Sometimes in your videos when you do that, it kind of cuts out some of your words, though.
That was the noise gate that was doing it.
Oh, okay.
That's what they were talking about, the popping. I couldn't figure it out, and I sat there. I don't remember what day it was, but I sat there for a couple hours and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with the setting, and it automatically defaulted me to noise gate. It's like supposed to. I don't know what that does, to be honest. And I took it off, and I was like, "Wait a minute, it's not popping like it was." Like it would cut out certain words, especially with like a B, a K, or a P in it. It would just like kind of like flicker and stuff.
I
And you,
noticed it Saturday when you were looking through cards.
I just know that when I would stop talking, it would sound like the mic cut off. And I
Yeah,
thought it
yeah,
was like a delay or something onto it, and I couldn't figure it out.
yeah. No, on Saturday when you're looking at cards, it kind of did that a lot.
Yeah, but no, now everybody says it's fine. It's like better than it was before. And I'm like, cool. Just know don't use noise gate. It's a garbage whatever onto it. But it somehow when it updated, it redid that on it because I never had noise gate on it before. I didn't even know what it was. I had to Google what it did, and it was talking about, I don't know, some kind of big technical thing with something. I thought it was just a backside. They want your channel.
See if I can get it from here.
Close up some of these other windows that are open, by the way. If I forget. Is SGC get your package today?
Tomorrow.
I want to see if it's everybody's saying it's like 2 weeks tops, 10 business days. So I want to see if it's what it is or not. See,
It says
What's that?
good. It says tomorrow is supposed to get it, so we'll see.
I'm waiting to be that guy that now all of a sudden it takes 90 days to get my cards back from SGC.
Who knows? Who
Everybody
knows?
else is saying it was 10 business days or roughly at. I don't know.
10 or 20 is better than 9 to 10 months.
Well, yeah, it's better me paying PSA money to tell me, oh, yeah, this is not going to be good on grading.
Mm-hmm.
Does this work? Let's sit and play this thing. All right, everybody. I appreciate it. Be back. Yeah, wait. Yeah, next week. I was like, what? 4th of July.
Next Saturday is 4th of July weekend. Nope.
No, we will not. So it won't be next weekend, a weekend after. I just thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. Next Friday's 4th of July weekend.
And the weekend after isn't the auction? Yeah.
No, it's 2 weeks after, July 17th.
Okay.
The 3rd is the Saturday before 4th of July, which is next Saturday. And I didn't want anybody that was out of town that whole week to have to worry about coming back in. So 2 weeks after. I mean, if I get bored next Friday night, I might pop on, but don't expect it if you guys are going to be out of town camping, shooting fireworks, getting drunk, making moonshine, whatever it may be out there.
William, you're thinking of buying sleeves and top loaders. The wait is like April 20th. eBay. Actually, I went on eBay and I bought some top loaders. I mean, you can find them on eBay. I think I bought what? I got these ones. And I paid, I think it's like $50 for 5,000 of them.
I don't know. I'd buy distributor 2 cases of sleeves.
Yeah. But no, eBay.
It's expensive to ship this stuff. That's the thing why I don't sell it myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But no, William, just go on eBay.
I mean, if it was just a couple packs of sleeves or something like that, I could do. But if you're talking like half a case, full case, there's no way because it would cost too much in shipping.
Yeah, we did that last time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure nothing else pops up there.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I will see you all next video for sure. Be live probably next week at least doing some grading stuff.
Yeah, if I don't see everybody between now and 4th of July, everybody have a good 4th of July. Stay 4th of July. And have a good week. Enjoy your weekend off if you have it. And like me, I'll probably be working it. So enjoy your 4th of July, everybody.
All right, everybody. Appreciate it. We're out. See y'all next one.